I want to talk about FXRP, the flare wrapping or synthetic version of XRP, and the new Luminite wallet, and the great opportunities to make some money as XRP holders on a passive basis. But first, some good news. We can see that XRP obviously is moving sideways, still bouncing around that $3 mark, and expectations going either way. Bitcoin doing pretty much the same. Some macro issues in the background, including the Trump tariffs. But amidst all that, some good news and quite interesting iteration to this whole ETF things from Japan. SBI Holdings, one of the world's most bullish companies when it comes to XRP, the Japanese bank, proposes groundbreaking Bitcoin XRP combined ETF product. Notice the lack of Ethereum in this, right? So it's Bitcoin and XRP, and that's to be expected from SBI Holdings, obviously being absolute XRP bulls, right? So Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings announced plans to launch the country's first dual asset cryptocurrency exchange traded fund, offering exposure to both Bitcoin and XRP. So it's the first in Japan, by the way. So that's quite interesting already. According to Cointelegraph, the company outlined 2 crypto-based ETF products in the earnings report on Thursday. The first proposal combines Bitcoin and XRP in a single investment. Okay, so that's like the bucket ones that we have over here in the West. And so it's in a single investment vehicle planned for listing on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. The second product bundles gold-based ETFs with crypto asset ETFs. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Allocating 51% to gold and 49% to crypto investments. SBI stated both products await regulatory approval from Japan's Financial Services Agency before launch. So it's still in the approval process over there. But I find it quite interesting now that we're getting other non-digital assets bundled in with digital assets. And gold is a big one, I suppose. I also find it quite interesting that is 51% gold and 49% crypto and not 50-50. I also don't know from this if the crypto is just XRP and Bitcoin or is a bucket of other cryptos. That would also be interesting to get that kind of breakdown. I'm not sure it's listed in this article. I had a quick skim over it and it didn't appear to be. But I thought it was quite interesting because there's got to be some reason why it's 59%, 51% gold. There's got to be some regulation that takes percentages into account or what have you. And this is probably just like the threshold, just to make it majority gold without being a true majority, if you know what I mean. So that's quite interesting coming from Japan. Very bullish news indeed. If that were to be approved, that's another source of liquidity into XRP, price upward movement pressure coming from Japan there. So shout out to SBI Holdings for that. Now let's get to Flare. As you all know, and I've done a few videos on this platform about this, FXRP was launched by Flare Network to offer DeFi access to the XRP blockchain. Now, prior to this, there were few, if any, opportunities for XRP holders to participate in the grand ecosystem of DeFi natively without having it wrapped somewhere with their XRP, right? And this was quite dangerous because a lot of these protocols could have been fake, fraudulent addresses. Just dealing with DeFi is extremely dangerous if there's no big official thing that everyone knows about. Even then, there's still, you've got to be very, very careful. Like this morning, when I was looking to read about this a little bit, I found a link to a so-called Luminite wallet that is not actually the official one. So I can imagine someone has gone and set that up really quickly to kind of phish people, right? Phishing attacks are on the rise. I'm going to talk about that in a following video because that's a big one that I want to talk about. But it'll completely divert the point of this video. But I'm going to show you how to get to the proper Luminite wallet, or you can just, get the URL directly. But I like to go through official links. So this is flare.network, which is the website of Flare. And, FXRP, just search for FXRP here. You can read about FXRP on all of the press news releases that they have, right? It's just a way to access DeFi without actually giving up your XRP, right? So you keep custody of your XRP while this FXRP does DeFi on this platform. Now, what I'm interested in talking about today actually is a new product from them called Luminite. Luminite is a wallet, and I think the best way to get to it is from Flare's own website. So if you just do a search for Luminite here, you see Meet Luminite, a new way DeFi on Flare. Okay, So people have been wondering, how is it exactly that we're going to be doing this DeFi stuff with FXRP? And the answer is here. It's the Luminite wallet. Okay, it's a new way to DeFi on Flare. Flare is excited to announce the launch of Luminite, the first Flare native wallet to leverage turnkey embedded wallets technology. I'm going to talk about that again in a minute. Very interesting technology. With Luminite, users can now access Flare's growing DeFi ecosystem while experiencing frictionless onboarding and on-ramping. Everything a user needs to get started on Flare, now bundled into a single secure wallet. So that's going to save a lot of the fake stuff that you're starting to see, fake links that are being created, even in like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, all these fake coins that are created to look similar to FAssets with fraudulent links to phishing websites. So you've got to be careful with those. Don't Google it directly and find a fake link that someone with very good SEO skills is put there to rank high on Google and phish your money. Again, phishing attacks are on the rise in crypto. You've got to be very careful. Try to go through official links that you already are familiar with. So, we're doing all of this from Flare's own website. So how does it stand out from others as a wallet? So it's a seedless onboarding with turnkey. So ushering in the next wave of DeFi users will hinge on simplicity, security, and accessibility. This will be particularly important for XRP holders looking to unlock DeFi opportunities on Flare. I don't know if you've noticed, but Flare seems to be kind of XRP centric in a way, because it's not just XRP that they have as FAssets, but I've noticed that in most of their publications, they often reference XRP because they, first of all, understand that many of these other tokens are already heavily involved in DeFi, right? XRP is sort of like the glaring omission in this whole thing. So they're going to get most of their customers, clients, users, whatever, from the XRP world. That's where, most of it is going to come from. And they recognize this. They also recognize how much actual money is going to be flowing from the XRP ledger through this whole system. So they're not stupid. They can see what's happening, right? So Luminite will enable these holders to onboard seamlessly. Again, lots of people already asking even me questions. Oh, how are we going to do this whatever? So apparently this is the answer. So the experience is a turnkey advanced embedded wallet, which features, frictionless on-ramping. How does Luminite provide value to Flare DeFi? The significance of Luminite extends beyond simple wallet setup and onboarding. It is a wallet specially designed to provide users with a gateway to Flare DeFi. XRP holders and new DeFi participants can jump right into a range of DeFi activities without a steep learning curve. The ease of use and accessibility removes entry barriers that have historically kept XRP holders and new users on the sidelines. Okay, so things you can do: you can delegate, you can mint FXRP via FAssets, you can swap assets, you can bridge assets from and to other chains, participate in liquid staking, and etc. etc. Okay, so let's have a look at this turnkey technology itself and what it is. So this turnkey technology basically is a seamless embedded wallets technology. Let's have a look at embedded wallets. So this is Turnkey, turnkey.com. You get to this website, and this is the technology provider itself. So it securely integrates non-custodial wallets into your app. Say you're an app developer or you're a website developer and you want to have crypto trading or crypto swapping or DeFi protocols, whatever, but you don't want people to connect their MetaMask or whatever, but you want them to create wallets that are native to your website, to your app, rather than building wallets from scratch or, forking something and then having to deal with connections from phones and, browsers and all that sort of stuff. What this turnkey embedded wallet allows you to do, create millions of embedded wallets, millions, not just thousands, on your app, right? So it gives someone like me, someone like you, anybody else, the ability to become effectively a broker or an exchange. So I could sit down and I can create a DeFi protocol platform, right? Or I can create an exchange or brokerage for DeFi and just embed this technology, and you guys can come and sign up using your own security, not necessarily the one that I provide for you. I'll have no access to that wallet that you are creating on my platform, which is why it's non-custodial. It's private to you because you're using your own technology. I'll do a demo in a minute so you can see what happens, right? So if I go demo, you can see here you can sign in with your own Google account, your Apple account, your Facebook account. Now you must have seen this sort of SSO technology, single sign-on technology, on other websites. So you provide your own technology, or you can continue with email or with passkey. I have this passkey option here because I use a Mac and I have the passkey technology on my machine, which allows me to use biometric data to set up security. So I can basically just connect via my, fingerprint or iris scan, whatever it is that I have on this side. Now, in terms of the actual Luminous wallet itself, so let me just look for Luminite. I don't know why I keep calling it Luminous. All right, so this is the wallet itself, right? So I can actually then go here. So this is the FLR implementation of the turnkey technology to create this Luminite wallet. So again, it's non-custodial, it's cross-chain, and it's enhanced security. I mean, for me, nothing is as secure as a memorized key phrase that is secured by cryptographic hash. But again, not all security has to be maximum security, right? So launch app, again, you can see the same thing here. You go to Google. These are the ones that are available to me from here, right? Again, maybe depending on the app and the implementation, your security options might be different. So notably no Facebook here, which is a good thing. I think Facebook sucks. Log in with Google or with Apple. So these are two options that I have, two single sign-on, already relatively secure tools that I have, or identities that I have, so to say. And then, I can just sign up, or if I have an account already, obviously I can just log in. This is continue with passkey because it's identified that I have a passkey. If I go to sign up, as you can see, it pops up the ability to use my fingerprint to log in. Okay, I've hit cancel on that. Choose where to save your passkey for Luminite app. You can either save it in iCloud keychain if you already use that, which gives you the ability to sign in from different devices like your Apple, iPad, iPhone, whatever. Use your phone or tablet. Your Brave profile, wouldn't advise that, I don't know why. Or you can use a USB security key, like a YubiKey or something like that. So lots of security options, as you can see. Here's this failed sign up because I hit cancel. And once you're in, you will get that app that looks something like this. And it will immediately look familiar to anyone who's used to dealing with DeFi platforms, right? It's a beautiful design, but effectively the things that you can do are similar to what you can do in the latest versions of MetaMask if you use it on a web browser or on a computer rather than on your phone. You can see more advanced features if you click on your portfolio, etc., and other DeFi platforms, including swaps, bridges, earn, history. You can look at charts and stuff. It's really awesome, and it basically brings the power of DeFi to your XRP. And all of this happening while your XRP is still sitting safely on the XRP ledger. Okay, so wonderful stuff there. I thought that's quite interesting. None of this is financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.